Why, hello there! So it's been a week since my last NaNoWriMo update, so I thought I would do another one. As you can see, I am once again wearing a plaid flannel shirt in some kind of attempt to look like a caricature of a writer. And let's check in. So for those of you who didn't see the previous video, I am writing towards a personal goal of 10,000 words instead of the usual 50,000 because I am a cartoonist, not a writer, and therefore, should give myself a lower goal. So, based on that, here on the 23rd, I should be at 7,667 words. And I am at 12,451. So, I've already met my goal. Yay for me. I guess that means there's only one thing. Give myself a new goal of 17,500 words. And if that seems unusually specific, it is, by many sources, the minimum word count for a novella, which is way sexier than a novelette. And let's see, so I should be, for that, at 13,416 words, which I'm a bit behind, but not by a lot. This is definitely something that is doable for me. Alright, so since this is such an extremely short update, I figured I would also talk about my writing process. Because that's what writers do, right? What writers do is write. Stupid homonyms. But yeah, I'll talk about my writing process. I mainly do short stories, which rarely go above 1,000 words. And because of that, I tend not to use any kind of outlining, at all. Which might also explain why my first and second NaNoWriMo attempts stalled out at 1,500 words and 5,000 words respectively. And also why this year I decided to use an outline. But not a outline. Some of the people I'm reading and watching the updates of, they're doing full outlines, they plan out all the scenes ahead of time, and just I cannot even imagine being that well prepared for a story. That's the kind of work you put into a role-playing book. But yeah, so I just gave myself a very general outline, very much a here's the beginning, here's the end, these things happen in the middle, and then I'll just work off of that. And as you can see by my word count, it seems to be working out well so far for me. Actually, that's also how I do these videos. I don't write out a script. I just have bullet points of I'm going to talk about these things in this order, and then I just kind of ramble on. Maybe I should write scripts. I'm a bit rambly. Anyway, back to rough outline. So far it's working for me. The biggest advantage is flexibility. Basically, I'm the sort of person who kind of writes freely. You whatever comes to mind, I write it, and because of the outline is so loose, I can basically just put in whatever I want. Since I had essentially only have events scheduled as they relate to each other, essentially just event A happens before event B happens before event C. So if I can push event A up, it's just going to push B and C up too. A good example there is I kind of made one of the secondary love interest of the main character was originally supposed to be a super minor character. She was just there to be someone to make her doubt her feelings for the primary love interest. But then I realized that the secondary love interest was a much, much better character, and their interactions were much, much better, possibly because the primary love interest is a sentient pile of animate garbage who is incapable of speech, and that does limit dialogue options just a wee bit. And so I ended up even putting this, I think 4,000 word chapter in the center, just to give her and the main character a good excuse to bond while they're hunting kobolds in the basement of the school. And did I mention this is a weird story? I probably should have mentioned this is a weird book. It's very weird. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, so essentially, if I had like a rigidly planned out thing, putting that chapter in there would have just like screwed up the pacing completely. But now, like, I can just build the pacing from everything else off of what I have, including that scene. And that works out really well. And like, it's completely changed. As I said, that character is now like a major character instead of a minor character, but it's also taken her from like an antagonistic role to more of a, I'm hesitant to say savior role, but kind of like a savior role. It doesn't matter. The point is that it was able to like do that without really affecting my outline very much, and everything fits still. Yeah, there are downsides to working like this too. Mainly, I have no idea how long anything is ever going to actually be. When I set myself that 10,000 word goal, I had no idea if this story was going to meet or exceed 10,000 words. Now I'm like 12,500 words in, and I'm at like somewhere in the middle, maybe? Not sure, because as I just stated, I have no idea how long it's going to be. I might randomly decide to put it in a chapter where they find giant seagulls and fly to a mystical island inhabited entirely by busty dinosaurs. I probably won't, but, you know, just throwing it out here, that is absolutely not off the table. Yeah. And the other problem, though, with this is editing. This is something I have a problem with a lot because of my, like, free-form writing style, because I'm an artist. Yeah, when I go back and try and edit things, there tends to be a bit of a problem with consistency. Because, as I said, I can change a character's total characterization. I can change, like, the entire tone while I'm writing something, because I confidently be like, oh, this is better. I'm going to start doing the thing that is better instead of sticking to my old plan, which was bad. And yeah, so going back and editing is hell on something like this. Not impossible. Like, actually, good one. In this story particularly, I had the original intention of the main character existing, like, purely as just a nondescript teenage female protagonist. Like, that was the whole deal, and to the point that I avoided ever referencing her by name. Until around, like, chapter 5, whereas, like, I can't keep writing this character without a name. Like, the joke isn't that funny to be worth all of the trouble I'm going through. So I had to give her a name, and I'd, like, kind of explain away why her name was never mentioned before. But I might have to go back and, like, edit in to give her a name earlier in the book. So, yeah. I'm actually enjoying NaNoWriMo this time, so that's something else. Don't know if I'm going to get done, even if I meet the word count. Who knows? But I have been rambling long enough, so I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, there are buttons and you can push them, and I will think that's rad. Possibly even totally rad. Well, until next time.